Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. Welcome to the show. It is time for The Fine Line. It's 9:30. It's Thursday night, and the rain and it's just so everybody's just trying to get it in. So y'all just bear with us. We appreciate you hanging out for us. Let me go ahead and fade this out. Okay, my name's Al Burroughs. We got the lovely one and only. We got one kiss tonight because she under the weather. I mean, if y'all only knew what she went through to get here, then y'all would really be giving girl some props. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so it's just what is it? Miss One Kiss Tonight.
One kiss tonight.
Yeah, Miss One Kiss Tonight. So again, my name is Al Burroughs, and our guest for tonight is none other than. We could do another drum roll. Special, yeah, you get drum. Our guest for tonight is Roz James. Is that right? That's right.
Roz James.
All right, yeah. Roz James. Okay, I'm sorry, Roz.
It's okay.
All right.
I go by all of that.
You know, and she is just extraordinary. I mean, just you saw all that stuff. I mean, yeah. So you know,
absolutely.
I mean, Roz, Ebony knows I'm 50 million question man. So
okay,
you know.
I'm ready for the question.
Yeah. You can't read this, can you?
I can't.
We're both blind up here, but
blind as a bat.
Yeah, but wow, you. Okay, so are these the same? These are the same. Okay, great. All right.
If there's the same.
Yeah, you can have one. Yeah, and I'll take the one. No, you take the one with the flowers. I need the one with the girl. You know, I mean, not just, because the brothers, they might mess around and take my card away if I get, So anyway, hey, I went to your Facebook page, and first of all, thanks for coming again.
Oh, no problem. My pleasure.
I went by your Facebook page, and it was like one of those gotta have her kind of, just gotta have her, and then
dropping.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
and food and the art of it.
Yeah, I just
amazing.
I didn't know what to say, but
Well, I will just say this: for me, it's a gift. It's a blessing that I've been given. I mean, I was born an artist. I mean, from day one,
really,
I was the kid that got in trouble for drawing in class.
That
was me.
Okay.
But some of my teachers did notice that I could draw them, but it just kind of moved from one thing to the other. And my mother likes to say that I jump around, but I try to tell her that I'm an artist. It's all taking something from nothing and making something. It's the same process in my head.
Did you have any formal training?
I did. I trained at a couple different chefs, but I mean, I've taken art classes. I actually paint, sculpt, carve, sew. Cook
you get it all in. Oh, you're cooking and baking?
Yeah, I cook and bake.
We got to talk about that cooking and baking piece because, as a man, that's that's that special place, So yeah, we definitely got to talk about that. Yeah, that's that thing.
And so do I.
But but I mean, you've got a lot of things here. I mean, let's see.
I mean, the one thing that's really standing out is, just with the reality TV, I just want to go there.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been featured on Married to Medicine, which is the actual hottest new
show.
Yeah.
Clients such as Michael Jordan, Usher, Lee Elder,
Candy Burgess.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure
Dallas
of
Austin,
doing a lot of cakes for a lot of great celebrities, and it's a blessing for me.
The golfer,
yeah,
Lee Elder, yeah, definitely.
Well, the cakes for me is when I get like Jazzy Faye's one of my favorite clients.
Oh, okay.
And he's such a
they're best friends. I mean, they grew up together from the crib.
When I see him, I'm like, he could be on the other side of the room. I will be like, move! I need to get to Jazzy.
That's funny.
And he just gives me this big, huge kiss all over my face.
Wow.
But I just hug him. But he comes up with some of the most creative cakes for me to do. Okay.
I've done a creative person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've done a Michael Jackson cake for him.
Wow.
I've done hookah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's always
you know what?
Okay.
I mean, look, let's do this because I've got a video of a lot of your stuff that I did. It's about maybe 3 minutes long. It's got music behind it and blah blah blah. And let's go ahead and do that. That way, at least the audience can catch up with because when we've seen some of your stuff, I want to make sure that they know what we know. Okay,
Exactly.
so let's just go ahead and run that. And y'all check this out. This is rock about maybe 2-3 minutes. It's not that long. Yeah. Okay. Do your thing. Wow. I'm hungry now. Show's over, folks.
Time to eat, right?
Time to eat. But yeah, tell us about your the event where you met with Lee Elders. and the whole Amen Corner at Masters and all of that.
Oh wow, that was a life-changing experience because he was so emotional about me doing the cake for him, and he's the first black golfer to play at Augusta National, and
very
that
exclusive.
Was very,
huge.
very huge. And I did a cake of Amen's Corner, and when I came out with the cake and he saw it, he tears just rolled down his eyes, and he was looking at me, and he was just, so he hugged me probably about 100 times that whole day. So I think it was,
that was a moment for him.
Yeah, it was a moment for him to let him know that we appreciated him and that, we understand that he had to go through something to integrate that.
Yeah.
Because, they really didn't want him there. For him to be there and all those eyes on him and all that weight, we understood that he did something big.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow. Now, when did you start? Because, like you say, you've been an artist all your life. When did you start? Because doing a food thing is not like the normal path for artists. I mean, where did that?
Well, that's a good question because my father is actually he still cooks to this day. He's 76 years old, so it's like in my DNA.
Okay.
But that was his part-time job. So I've been around the kitchen since I was.
You got brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have lots of brothers and sisters.
Oh, really? Oh, so y'all had to cook then.
Oh, yeah, we had to cook.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think a lot of that comes from my dad. And then he worked at Dobbins Air Force Base. He still does, and they used to do all kinds of banquets and events and everything. So I got to see all that
firsthand.
Stuff. Yeah, firsthand.
So
and
you knew what it was. You knew what to. Okay.
Yeah, so that part comes from that, but I come from a family of creative people. I mean, my aunt sewed, my mother sews, my sister sews, my mother cooks, my grandmother used to cook every day, and then every Sunday it was like she would bake 2 cakes every Sunday.
Wow!
And like certain cakes, when I would make them, I think of her because she makes a caramel. She's making a caramel cake every Sunday. Okay. And that,
Sunday.
Yeah, every Sunday. That butter and sugar in the pan, browning it to make that icing, it has a distinctive smell.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously you did interior design, you did, paints, sculpture, sewing and all that.
Everywhere.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm quite sure that, it definitely looks like it's what, in your work now. But how did you get to the whole food design thing? Where'd that come from?
I actually saw it online. And then I was like, I want to learn how to do that. I think I can,
Because you've done everything else.
I'm like, I want to ask people like, I think I can do that.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find some classes I want to take. And then actually, the guys that I trained under are now top. They're on their Food Network chefs, and they're some of the top ones in the country.
Wow.
And actually, one of them is internationally known. His name is Ray Dooley. And the carvings that he does is outstanding. But I'm still progressing, and I actually will practice.
So this is still progressing?
Oh, yeah, this is still progressing.
I mean,
you should see
the
some
watermelon
of the
work
stuff.
you did was unbelievable.
I carve watermelons, and I do fruit and veggie carvings, but I also carve cheese and butter. So you can sculpt in all of that.
Okay.
But I really like to model chocolate, and that's what the Heisman Trophy is. It's out of chocolate, and all the shoes that you see are edible, and they're all made out of chocolate.
Okay.
So
everything we saw, we can eat.
Everything I try to make a point to make a cake that everything can be, that you can eat everything.
Okay.
Well, speaking of that, just to let people know, she made us a special watermelon here. I'm gonna show you the watermelon. Okay, it's got the fine line in it. This is just. I'm a watermelon fanatic, so I was looking at them today, and I just said no, but this is great. So this one won't last, so it might not see the front door. So yeah, you definitely did the right one. So that's definitely the right one. But now, so you got into the whole food thing, and you're making these things, and now in terms of learning to do this stuff, is it all hands-on? Can you read and learn?
Oh, there's tons of books, and you just say YouTube, you can YouTube anything, and you can learn how to do anything.
Somebody will do it right there in front of you.
Oh, yeah, tons of YouTubes on anything you want to know how to do.
Yeah, but I think you still got to have that
art,
it does
that
help
background. To have someone that's a master of that craft to teach you. These guys, they travel around the world doing this. That taught me how to carve.
I got you.
Yeah, and then one of the chefs that I trained under to do cakes, he's always a top in Atlanta. done cakes with him, and they've been in the Knot magazine, and so really high end. And when I first started working for Chef Mark, I would go to work and I would, it was taking me longer to get it, and I just pick stuff up, and he's like, you're good. He would not let me quit. I would be driving home crying.
I want to get it.
Crying.
But once you got it.
And then when I got it, it was on.
So once you got it, what was the most craziest you designed?
The cake with him, and the good thing about the partnership I had with him is like he couldn't draw, so he couldn't really design. I would meet with his clients and I would sketch out all the designs.
Okay.
But we did a cake for North Point Church, and that cake was 5 feet tall.
Whoa.
And they were going to fly in someone from California to do that cake for them, and then they found out about him, and then he said, Roz, can you sketch this design for me? And I sketched that design, and they loved it better than the one that they were going to bring the guy in for.
You just a little secret weapon, ain't you?
Oh, yeah. I hit him with that, and then we did that cake. And what was really good about that cake is that we took that design, and it was based on all the ways that he reaches the people that he wants to minister to.
Okay.
So it had a church on the bottom, it had a TV, it had a radio, and it just kept going up to the top, and it was huge.
Well, what's with the outrageous cake? What's up with that?
The outrageous, the most outrageous cake I've ever
the most
done?
outrageous cake. Okay, yeah.
That was probably
that's
probably it.
I got you. Okay.
But I do get cakes where they're let me see, when I have to think about them to figure out how I'm gonna make them, I'll agree, and I'm like, challenge. Like a lot of them, I'll have structures on the inside to hold the whole thing together, so it won't fall.
Wow. I always wondered how you were doing that. Okay.
But like the Heisman Trophy, it was made out of chocolate, so it's like really, really heavy.
Yeah.
So I had to put PVC pipe structure in it to hold it so that it would not collapse the cake underneath. So I make it separate and have the pipes in there, and then when I come in, I slide the other piece over the top, slide it in.
Oh, wow.
Keep on moving.
But so you kind of have to be like, you got to be good at math.
You're an architect.
You got to be able to build stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything else.
But I build furniture. I paint furniture. Poster furniture.
Were you the oldest in the family? The youngest?
I was the youngest, and they all thought I couldn't do that.
I knew you had to be one of the two.
Was doing everything.
I was absorbing from everybody.
I knew you had to be one of the two.
Yeah, and I just recently did a cake for Kevin Willis, and at that event, I stayed for the event because I've known him for many, many years, and I was so proud of him because Saks picked up his denim jean line.
Okay.
So I went to his shop and I took pictures of a pair of his jeans, and I did a replica of his jeans and cake. And
nice.
And it was a present, and then it had the jeans coming down, and they looked just like a pair of jeans. And the people at the party thought it was like some kind of display. They were sticking their fingers in the cake. Somebody set a cup on it.
Oh, no.
Yes. So
they didn't sit on the cake, did they?
No, they didn't sit on the cake. But we kind of had to guard the cake. And the one thing I thought of was really cool about it is like he had never seen a cake of mine. He only saw like pictures, but he had never seen one in person. So when I brought the cake in and he came over to look at it, and he was, he's a 7-footer, so he's looking down. And he's like looking at it, and he's doing all this and all that, and then
what were you thinking when he's looking at it like that?
Thinking like, what is he looking at? Right? So then he looks over at me, he goes, "Girl, you the truth."
So you were good at it.
I was like, of course I'm like jumping up to give him high five. So
I got this.
Oh yeah, so I said, I told you, I got you. And he just started laughing, but everybody loved the cake. And the one thing about the cake, when you learn how to make cake, the first thing you got to do is you got to get your taste right. It's got to be flavors.
It can look good, but if it doesn't taste,
it's got to taste good. And that's what gets me repeat customers, and that's what gets me the celebrity clientele, because they want the cake to taste good.
So is that more like your dad's doing in terms of getting? Because
actually, I think. I love sweets.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm a chocolate
I am too.
I like different flavors and tastes, but I always try to make sure I have a crowd pleaser.
Okay.
So you always get, when you start serving, I've been doing it for so many years. It's like you kind of know which one's gonna be, the masses is gonna like. You want an icing that's not super super sweet.
Yeah, I don't
but you wanted to have a little bit of sweetness to it, and you wanted to have a nice flavor, and you wanted it to be light. Not a heavy.
Do the colors affect the flavor at all?
It does. If you got black, if you do, that's why whenever I do black, I spray black. I never mix it in the icing because it don't taste like ink. Okay. But if I do put it in the icing, I will mix it with chocolate icing because the chocolate will take the edge of the ink taste off. You. That's an industry secret. Okay, don't tell nobody.
Trust me, we can't do nothing with it. So, you know.
Look, all I can do is a pound cake, and that's about it.
You know,
stuff.
What about your most difficult cake?
That's a good question. Probably one that I have coming up. To be honest, yeah.
So it's kind of like.
Yeah, and the thing is, I always push the envelope. I'm always challenging myself. That's the only way you get better.
Yeah.
But I'm actually doing a 3-dimensional carriage out of chocolate, and then I'm actually it's for a baby shower.
I was gonna say that must be for a baby shower.
And then she wants blocks of cake, and they're gonna have icing all the way around them. You'll also be able to pick them up, and they'll be inside the carriage.
Oh wow!
So you guys have to look at my Facebook page.
I'm gonna have to.
And I was like, when she told me what she wanted, I was like, "Where's your budget?" And then she told me what her budget was. I said, "You know what? I gotta do this one anyway, just because I gotta pull this off." Right. You're challenging me here. I gotta do this.
Right.
Definitely a challenge.
Yes.
And so now, in terms of when you started working with food to now, it's been how long?
Right. I've been doing food for 20 years.
Well, no, not. I mean, I'm talking about in terms of the artistic. Is that about 20 years?
Oh, yeah.
20 years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I know I look 20.
You do.
I am 20.
You're getting it in.
I am 20-something.
You know? Girl, work with it.
She started when she was a baby.
That's right. You know, my daddy got me started early. So,
exactly. Real early.
Man. So, what about the, I understand you do jewelry also.
Well, I do all
because I'm eyeing what you have on, so I don't know if that's something.
It's all like food related, and it's kind of like
I wish I had a picture of that because I could have flashed that.
And the thing is, when people see me in it, and it's a way to invite people into what I do.
Yeah.
So when they go, "Oh, I love this focus point," I go, well, I wear this because this is what I do.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I got the same thing with this little drum kit because people walk in, "Oh, you play drums?" I'm like, "How did you know?" I forget this is here. So did they ever do that to you?
The little kids, the little girls love it, and I have every now and then I wear cupcake earrings.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Whenever I do things with kids, I always wear the cupcake earrings, and I be giving high five to all the kids, and what I do is very fascinating to them.
Wow. So you also, I noticed when you came in, you had about 4 or 5 jackets, chef jackets.
Yeah, and I noticed that on your Facebook page too.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all.
My thing with the jackets is, it's like, I'm an artist and I want to represent that in my work, but I also want to showcase other artists.
Okay.
I do some of the jackets, and I have different artists that do some of the jackets.
Okay.
And with my upcoming nonprofit, I'm going to be using my jackets to auction off, and then I'll be doing stuff where I have T-shirts designed like that are plain like my jackets. When I do events with kids, they'll get to make their own. They make their own jacket to look like mine. And then one of my charity of choice is Curing Kids Cancer.
Okay.
And what I do with them is like we'll go to the hospital and we'll let the kids decorate their own cake.
Oh.
Okay,
then they get to do their shirts like mine, and then they all get chef hats.
Okay,
but they're all different and fun because they're going to lose their hair. It's a fun hat for them to wear.
Yeah.
And it's just a way of giving back, but it's like it actually keeps me humble.
Okay.
When you see someone like going through that, you understand that you have purpose.
Right.
You bring a smile to their face for that day, and then not only that, whatever problems I have are very small.
Are very small in
very
comparison.
Very small in comparison.
And just to put a smile on their face.
And when you see a kid that has no eyebrows, no eyelashes, no hair, and a big old smile on their face,
it's like, okay, well, my day wasn't so
bad. Exactly, it wasn't so bad.
Tell us about your Towers High School event.
Well, I actually do. I actually work with Towers High School, their culinary department. I encourage them, but I first started with Hank Stewart. I went there for the career day, and I carved a watermelon with the towers on it. And it was funny because like one day when I was going to my class, because we all got to talk to a different class, and I was going down the hallway. Next thing I know, I'm surrounded by all these kids taking pictures, and and they're all twittering their the pictures to each other, and putting it on a post on their Facebook. And I got
Instagram to death.
I got in trouble by the principal because I was a distraction in the hallway.
What?
And all the other speakers were looking at me like, "Well, you go, girl." I said, "Well, it's visual.
It's visual. Yeah.
It's a way to meet them and encourage them." And I tell them, whatever you have a passion for, don't let anybody lead you from that. Because everybody should have known I was an artist from the beginning. But when everybody kept trying to say, "There's no money in art. Do this, do that."
Yes, if you know what you're doing.
If you know what you're doing,
you can make money at anything.
You can make the money in anything.
If you're a street sweeper and you're like really good at it, trust me, you can make some money.
Well, that was my point. That was the main reason I wanted to go, was because follow your passion. Do what you're good at, and whatever you're good at, the money will come.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
You'll be happy, and the money will come. Master that. You can turn around and teach whatever you love to someone else if you master it.
Well, speaking of mastering, why don't we I've got a table shot. Let's go back to the table shot, and you've got some things here that we can.
Absolutely. I wanted to kind of give you guys a demonstration on how we do the tablescapes and do the. And actually do this stuff. Okay. This is a pepper. It started out like this.
You might want to. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
This guy.
There we go.
It
I can push this out of the way.
Yeah, it's fine. It started out like this, and after I cut it into these 4 places and put it in cold water, over a period of time, cold ice water, it will curl back.
Stop.
Oh, wow.
So that's how you make the flowers. And then what I'll do is when I'm doing a cut fruit veggie, I'll actually mix these in to make a pretty design.
So how long does it take to make one of these?
A few seconds.
Oh, so when you say dump it in cold water, it's just like
it'll you need about 30 minutes in the cold water, and then it'll curl back.
I got you.
It's the water makes it curl. And the same thing when you do the squash and zucchini. All you do is you peel it back, and then you come down. And then after you finish peeling it back, you twist it at the bottom.
That is crazy.
I'm gonna go home and try it.
She's gonna stop by the store.
Yeah, exactly. And then you just put it in cold water, and what'll happen is it'll open up real beautiful like this.
That is crazy.
Wow, that's
amazing.
So you can do that for most things that are kind of like that. I mean,
you do that with the squash and zucchini, and then what we do is we put a carrot in the middle.
Keep going. I'm gonna adjust the camera because they can't see me. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Goodness for the farmer's market, because I will be trying.
Exactly, but you can definitely. It's a really, really, really good. When you do a fruit and veggie, it adds that extra.
It adds that extra pop to it.
And it's actually what people.
Everything.
That's why people hire me. Is to give you that over the top edge, to give that table the look. But it's not that, as you can see. How long did it take me?
I'm gonna take that little trick right there. I'm about to look good. You mess around. I mean, I can see brothers taking that. Just you do little tricks, just like a little hour course or 2 hour course from you. Oh man, they can get the hook up with that. You can work,
and then you can actually take them and then put them on big skewers and then stick them all together and make a big huge arrangement.
Brother can work that on the first date. Yeah, come on over. I'll fix dinner for you. You know what I mean? Like bam, bam, bam.
Slide that on the plate.
You know what I'm saying? Man, he's like,
But the cool part about it is that you don't have to. I mean, I usually do both ends, but you can just keep going.
Really?
Yeah, you just keep going. So you can actually carve the whole thing. This one will have white and green.
That's stupid.
That is amazing.
That is stupid.
That's it. And I never
I'm done.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of clean it up a little bit because, attention to detail is what makes it all worth it.
Well, I mean, speaking of detail, what about your utensils? I mean, because you would, a person would probably think, okay, well, they got to have like the sharpest knife in the world because that's you. I mean, is that?
It's true. The sharper the knife, the better. Because a dull knife is what slides and slips and what makes you cut yourself.
Okay.
That's why chef knives, we always keep our knives really, really, really sharp. But for for instance, to do the watermelon, you do have to have a special knife.
Okay.
It's got a narrow point on it, and
That's to do this one right here.
To do that.
The fine line.
To do the fine line. But I also carve flowers and other stuff on them. But I use this knife and I use all these tools. And some of these are wood tools, but for the most part they're just carving tools.
And I've seen those.
Yeah.
And I just never knew.
Yeah, you can get them at any craft store.
What they're for.
Oh,
but yeah.
I thought that, you say those are like for wood? Woodworking?
These are woodworking, but I actually have some that come in an actual carving kit. But I like the ones that come in the wood kits better, because especially for the watermelons, because you have to carve a one that's not too ripe, because it's easier to cut and keep your line straight, sharp. The softer it is, the more you're gonna dip into it, and it gets mushy, and it doesn't keep that nice crisp look on it. But as far as the watermelon, like, I can carve one of these at the beginning of the week, and as long as I keep putting wet paper towels on it, it'll stay fresh looking, and I can use it for the event by the end of the week. So you learn how to do this. This is something that you could do ahead of time.
Wet paper towels in the refrigerator, or just wet paper towels?
I put wet paper towels on it, put plastic on it, and stick it in the fridge.
And it'll stay.
It'll stay.
So technically, that's a great way to keep your watermelon when you go buy one. Just do the same thing. Does that work? Or?
Well, it's just to keep this from like getting wilted.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so that'll stay nice and keep the look.
I got you.
Especially when you do like flowers, because you want that nice crisp, because the petals are thin, but it keeps that look really fresh.
I'm a carrot fanatic, so you got to do the carrot next.
Well, the carrot, what I do is
that's what you use with those.
Yeah,
make the spikes.
We just cut the spike, and basically we just cut it on an angle like this, and just keep turning that angle until we get the point.
Okay.
Yeah, and the carrots are really hard, but you can carve a carrot. And if I carved a carrot, you can do that same technique and do a flower, but they're really hard to carve.
Okay.
And what we do is we let them sit out so that they're not really crisp. We let them get soft.
When you're looking at doing a project, be it laying vegetables out or doing a cake or whatever, how do you determine how much you're going to charge? I mean, from a business perspective, how do you look at it? You looking at like you add up the hours in your head, or you doing it based on the project? I look at it and kind
of get an idea how many hours I think it'll take me to do it, and then or how difficult I think it might be, and then I'll calculate the math on it.
Now, do you have assistants to help you?
I do, and actually I like to get culinary students to help me, because they don't teach this in school.
Of course not.
They don't?
I mean, they teach the basics of it, but, so that way they get to learn with me. And then they want to do, they get to do the celebrity events, but I do a lot of charity events.
Okay.
I want them to learn how to use their skills to give back.
I got you.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's now. What do you do with the squash? I'm sorry.
The same thing. You can, when I do this arrangement,
so you're trying to get colors, okay?
So and it makes it pretty. It's the same thing. From this.
It's all about presentation.
I see.
Yeah, so it makes for a really pretty presentation. Now, the one thing about when you do these, when you sit them in the water, they can't sit in the water but for so long, because what will happen is that curling action, they will continue to curl until they break.
Okay.
Really?
So you have to stop them before they go too far.
Okay. So typically like a minute?
No, you actually have to put them in there for at least an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, about an hour, and then you take them out. And then what you do to keep them from curling, you'll just put like wet paper towels around them until you get ready to use them, so they won't dry out, and then they'll last for a while.
Is there anything that, in terms of this type of art, that you like to do? I mean, you're doing a lot of things. I mean, you got mad tricks. I mean,
vegetables, the food, the cake.
Is there anything? Or let me ask you this. Let me ask it a different way. Is there anything that you do on a consistent basis that just has that wow factor every time you do it?
I think when I get a challenging cake and when I finish it, sometimes when I see the finished product, I kind of sit back and go like, wow, did I do that? Did I do that?
Wow.
Like, wow.
I did that.
I did that.
What's the longest it's ever taken you to do a cake?
Oh, about 3 days.
3 days?
Wow.
Yeah.
How many hours a day?
About 10. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're going in.
Yeah, but I tell people all the time, I still have yet to do my best work.
Do you find yourself watching those shows like Cake Boss?
And you know what? I don't watch any of them. You know why? I feel like it's watching work. I do the same thing.
That's like a truck driver wanting to go drive a truck. Yeah.
It's like watching work.
But you know, and it's so funny because a lot of times, like reality show stars, like it's like, well, I really don't watch the shows either, so it's kind of like it's just.
That's like when I had my recording studio. I mean, people were like, "Oh yeah, I know you just like music." I was like, "No, when y'all leave, we shut this stuff off.
Exactly.
We go watch TV, you know.
Exactly. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if it was something new, I would probably, or somebody told me about a show and it was something new that I didn't know how to do, I'd be fascinated to learn it now. Like, I love to watch the chocolate sculptures because, I mean, I like that and I can do it, but the stuff that they do is amazing to me. And the sugar pulling, I really wanted to learn how to do advanced sugar pulling, and I was going to take the classes, but the problem is like the humidity here, the sugar won't hold up, so I'll be learning a skill that I would never be able to use.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I was like, I really want to go learn how to do that.
So, I mean, is the food thing the only thing you're doing right now? Because you've got all the other skills in terms
actually,
of
I do all of it.
So you do you still do the interior design.
I do
you
everything.
The painting. You do the jewelry.
I do everything.
You do your charity
Because
events.
it's
so
who
what do you
I am.
do? Just
when do you sleep?
right.
To be honest, I'm one of those people, my mind's going all the time. I sleep about 4 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then I'm back up.
Oh wow.
I thought I was grinding.
But you know,
So because I wanted
it's
to say, well, what do
fulfilling
you?
though.
Yeah, and I
It's
wanted to
fulfilling,
say,
yeah.
what do you do for fun? But you're having fun,
and
enjoying
I
yourself.
don't watch. I hardly watch any TV.
Doing-
'cause I'm
So
doing
you
my
so
stuff.
so in terms of you know, people saying like Stevie Wonder, he actually found what he was put here to do. Do you feel like, you know, with the artistic and all that, this is really what
Oh
you
yeah,
put here to do?
this is I'm in my purpose. I'm definitely in my purpose.
That's
I'm
got
on
to
my
be a
path.
rush.
Oh,
I
it
mean-
is. It is, and especially when it comes to the fact that I want to use my purpose for good,
Right.
and when I do something like that, like say for instance, I do a lot of celebrity cakes, but the best cakes I've ever done that gave me the best feeling is when I did a cake for a kid that had cancer, and they're lucky to have that next birthday.
Right.
I got you.
So, and the thing is, the celebrities can pay for it and they can have them. They have them all the time.
Right.
But for that kid, they'll remember that cake for the rest of their
For the
life.
rest of their
Yeah, that's
life,
true.
So it's mind blowing in that aspect.
Okay.
You know, I'm not saying that they don't like my cakes as celebrities. They always give me a high five. They love what I come up with for them. But the kids, it's just and the thing is that, and I always do those for free.
Okay.
Right.
And the kid walks over, and the parents
They're
are like blown away, because I usually try to spend a lot of time on their cakes. I try to make, and their
Perfect,
cakes are
yeah.
usually like Power Ranger helmets. Or,
Okay.
you know,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man. It's like all the really cool stuff that's like, you know, animated wise. So, and like Dora and stuff like that. And when they see it, they're just like, wow, you know.
We got a couple people in the chat room. First of all, Reggie. Reggie, hi. Hi, this is Reggie from Jacksonville checking in. Reggie he's part of a band, great band.
Okay.
You know, I work with SOS, and they actually did a gig with us. And we've got a gig coming up in Jacksonville, so he's definitely checking it out. And then who is that?
You know, I can't read.
Poncho Post Production. Is that Poncho? PONTSHO, I think it is, post production. We hear about your program from Reggie, and it sounds good, and you have interesting information. That's because we get interesting guests. That's the key. That's the key. You got to have good people that's on the show with you. Vegetables. What about meats and rices and all?
Oh, yeah.
Do you get into that at all?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
The hardest
Yeah.
stuff.
What would you do with a meat? I mean,
I can
you
cook.
still do the same.
I can cook.
Okay, now we're getting back to what I was wanting to talk about.
Yeah,
we got the brothers in the chat room. So brothers, you know I'm gonna represent for you. You know, okay. Now, that's a man's weakness. I mean, brother don't have a prayer with you, does he?
No, you don't.
He really does.
So they get like a 5-course meal.
You know, I mean, you know, brother roll up on you. He just like, and you probably laughing because you like, I'm getting ready to like.
You don't know what I said one day. I was like, you know what? I really feel sorry for the kid, the woman that marries my kid. Because I had 2 boys come be like, well, my mama can. And my mama.
And it's gonna be a competition.
Okay.
See.
But I'll bring them
like,
all home and teach them.
baby, no, that's not how it's supposed to be done. Let me show you. Like, scoot over.
But I mean, you know, in terms of, because that's a really interesting thing. I mean, being able to cook like that, is that something that you hold on to? And because in terms of, and the reason I'm asking is because it's almost a lost art now. Women don't really cook a lot anymore. You know what I'm saying?
And,
but I mean, it's.
I know what you mean by that.
Yeah.
I'm working on my first book, and my first book is about, passing on your gifts and talents and and making family traditions and trying to keep that up. Let's bring that Sunday meal back. Like when my kids have sleepovers, I always get up in the morning and I make waffles. And one of the little kids said to my son, he was like, "Your mom makes those?" He said, "My mom buys those."
Like, no,
I mean, we had a waffle iron at home when I grew up and all that kind of stuff.
My dad would do breakfast all the time. I used to love to get those waffles. I love waffles.
But go ahead.
You said from the fellas.
Yeah, because I'm trying to find. Do you hold that back?
I don't want to know. Like,
no, I don't.
How many proposals?
Exactly. You probably got rings lined up.
I need to hone in.
We want some more. Come on.
Keep the rings coming, right? I got the ring collection. You be like Michael Jordan. Bam! Bill Jackson.
Actually, to be honest, I think some of that is probably intimidating for some men. I mean, because really? I do a lot. I do a lot. Yeah, I do a lot. But also,
but I mean, if you gotta do is cook a meal and leave it at home.
The world too, though. You gotta share me. Yeah. Some people don't like to share.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Cook the man a meal and leave him with the meal. He'll be all right. Fellas in the chat, Reggie, Mr. Post-Production, back me up on that one, okay? All you want is the meal. You'll be all right, okay? I mean, I'm a cereal guy, so just...
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's sad because my mom cooked and, we ate home-cooked meals, and... I just got on the cereal, so now it's like, give me some cereal, I'm good.
Really? Okay, you gotta do better than that. You gotta get some.
But I mean, my wife's not a cook, so she does other stuff. So if I mess around,
you have to balance it out.
You know what? But
simple meal. What's a nice simple meal?
I would love to cook though. I would love to cook.
Well, to be honest, I tell people all the time the best and the healthiest way to go is stick everything in the oven. I mean, you can bake your chicken breast, and you can actually chop up veggies, toss them in a little oil, put a little seasoning on them.
I started roasting.
Roast your veggies.
Roasting broccoli.
Yeah.
And I like my broccoli now roasted opposed to steamed. And I've been doing that. Not only that,
it keeps all the nutrients in it. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I actually, believe it or not, I'm going to throw another one at you. I actually cook for men's physique competitors and do their meal plans, which is bodybuilders and MMA fighters.
Yeah, we did.
MMA fighters. I teach them how to cut weight before they go to their fight. If they have to, I'll tell them what to eat.
So you're like into the chemistry of the food and all that too.
Well,
I mean,
the thing is, like, once you start cooking for them, you kind of figure out because they'll tell you what they don't want. Okay. Because like the men's physique competitors, they don't do any salt.
Okay.
Okay. And then they eat every 2.5 hours. And they eat about 6 meals.
You're right. Didn't he say that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they eat lean chicken. And what I do is, especially when someone's just introducing themselves to it, I'll, grill meal. They eat no salt. I'll grill a chicken, and that's where they get the flavor from. Anything grilled or roasted is going to have extra flavor, other than boiled.
Just from the technique.
Just from the technique of cooking it. Okay. And if you grill everything, you're going to have some, especially if you don't have to put any seasoning on it, if you don't have any salt and pepper, if you just use herbs. If you grill it and they don't really use that much oil either, so you can do a little olive oil on it, but just very little, and just toss it in, and then either grill it or roast it in the oven. And it really goes a long way. If you really want to cut weight, that's a good one.
Because that's why I do my asparagus. I do sweet potatoes and broccoli and toss it with fresh garlic and olive oil. And I'm like,
and what I tell people all the time is especially when you're trying to lose weight, because I work with clients that want to lose weight. First thing I do is take them to the grocery store and show them how to read the label. Because that's
what I need help with.
Yeah, because they don't realize that it might say it has 180 calories, but you need to look at the top and see how many servings that is. Because like they love those little smoothies in the produce section.
Make your own smoothie. Yeah, it's very easy.
And it's like it'll say 2 or 4 servings, but they're drinking the whole bottle, so they're thinking they're only getting 160.
And they're getting 500 calories
for that whole bottle.
For the whole bottle, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So and I'll take them through that, and then I also tell them, like, don't try to change everything overnight. Okay,
yeah, it's gradual.
Use what you like to eat. just cook it a healthier way. So if you like sweet potatoes, just roast your sweet potatoes, or or nuke them like in the microwave, and just add a little brown sugar, just a little bit if it's not sweet enough for you, and just add a little cinnamon and a little nutmeg, and eat it like that. Or don't just, if you want French fries, eat the sweet potato fries.
That's what I do.
Let me tell y'all.
Eat brown rice instead of white rice.
Let me tell y'all, we don't even need the food channel. Y'all just might as well just shut it down, because we got the food channel right
here.
Because that sounds like you could go on for like 40 hours and stuff. You got to start rolling around in your...
Tons.
Oh, and Reggie says he wants you to be home with him with the food. So
okay. Where you at, Reggie?
The band is hot though. I know the band is hot. I'll tell you. But hey, let everybody know how to get in contact with you and all that type of stuff. And
well, you can look me up on Facebook under Roz James, and you can look me up on Milan Media. I'm a .net. Yeah. And there's a feature on me on that.
Yeah, Nicole's hot, so y'all need to check out Nicole's doing the thing. So
okay. Yeah, Nicole represents me, and you very well. You will see me lots and lots of more places.
Now, and in terms of you were talking about people learning from YouTube, where do you do YouTube videos also?
Actually, I will be putting up a lot of YouTube videos.
Okay. All right. Great. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hey.
And I'll be teaching some classes too, because I've been with my Facebook page. People have been asking.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to get
know because I want to do some of this fancy.
We're gonna have to get you back here with a hot plate.
I'm trying to tell you right now, I can throw down.
Say you on a hot plate.
Yeah.
Sister say
I can do that whole
be slinging stuff.
Yeah.
I got this.
So,
and my kids, it's funny because I have really good knife skills because I practice. You get the but the knife is like an extension of your hand. So they'll have their friends over. They're like, Mom, can you do that knife thing? But I'll do the Ginsu knife thing where we chop everything really fast.
Oh yeah.
And I'll just start laughing and I'll go.
I got to ask one thing about the knife before you go, because you said you got to have sharp knives and stuff like that. Does it make a difference what brand knife you buy?
That's what I would want to know.
Well, what we try to do when we get knives, like pair knives don't really matter that much, but the bigger knives, you want to they have balance in them. What you can do is that you put the knife on your hand, and it should be balanced with the handle with the blade.
Right there where they meet?
Yeah, right where they meet. You should be able to balance it on your finger. It means the knife is well balanced. But you have to, when you put it in your hand, it should feel comfortable in your hand. Because there's different grips. It's your own preference.
Yeah. Okay. Bigger hand, smaller hand, all that kind of stuff.
And I have like all these knives, and then I have one I use all the time.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's how I am at home.
All right. Yeah. Well, look, people, you definitely want to check her out at is it Milan? Milanmedia.net.
Okay.
Yeah. Check her out there, and obviously, we got, like I said, we got to get you back. I'll go buy a hot plate. I mean, if that's what we got to do to get you back,
I got those.
You got those? Oh, stop.
The one with the most toys win.
You know what I'm saying?
Just saying.
And also you can check out on Facebook also. Okay, so again, thank you so much for coming out. And like I said, Reggie, he said he's going to look for you on YouTube. I guess you got a fan now.
Okay, so. All right, I've been looking for you, Reggie.
You got a fan on YouTube. So anyway, look, hey, we will be back next week. We got a photographer coming in next week. I've already talked to him. We just got to go ahead and confirm everything, but he's good. And but he's got the gift, and I've worked with him before. So hey, if y'all want to know anything about photography, the tricks of photography, blah 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 blah, tune in next week at 9:30 www.ilikeitlive.com for the fine line. The fine line. You can't see it. You can't see it. Oh wow! Since it's green, it's like doing this little thing.
Because
we got the fine line, right? Yeah, we got the invisible watermelon. So anyway, again, check us out next week. Again, thank you so much. My name's Al Burroughs, and we got
One Kiss Ebony tonight.
One Kiss Ebony tonight. Normally kisses and more than One Kiss Ebony tonight. So again, we'll be back next week. We appreciate y'all checking us out. Peace, double deuces.
Good night.